Let's learn about how to create a social story. I found a really easy app that I'm going to teach you how to use today so you can create your own social stories. Why do we want to have a social story? Because it's another way we can explain in a visual format what is going to happen next for your child. It's a story that shows exactly what all the steps are and the structure to the next activities is so that you can use a visual format to also explain what you're saying to them. So the app I'm going to teach you today to make your own social story is called Social Stories, and it looks like this. And when you click on it, it's super easy to use. That's why I'm picking it, because I'm not technological at all, just as my family. So if I can make this work, you definitely can. And the other thing I just wanted to point out before we get started is, as you can see in here, there are already social stories already created. So here's the topic is self-care, and if you go in, you can see lots of different topics on self-care. Now notice they're mostly locked, and that means they cost money. So I went through a few of them, and they seem to cost between $1.39 and $3.99. So that is an option in this app, and there's probably lots of social stories already available that you can access. But the reason I like to create my own is because I think it's more meaningful to use real photos of your child and the real settings that they go into when you're making your stories. So if you're making a story about going to the hairdresser, you're going to want to actually show the actual hairdresser they go to, the salon, the chair, all the components to getting your hair cut, so it's much more familiar to your child when they actually get there. So to start, we're just going to click New Social Story. And you need to have your photos uploaded onto your camera roll to use this app. So hopefully you've done that. You've got some photos that you'd like to use. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to add a photo. This is for the cover image. And I'm going to do a social story on surfing today. So I'm learning how to surf. So I'm going to do a social story to teach you the steps to surfing. And I can actually title my social story. I'm just going to call it Surfing. And I'm done. So that's my cover page. I'm going to go to my next page. And this is going to be the first page of my book. Now there's 3 steps that you can do. You can add an image, you can add audio, and you can add text, which basically reads your audio, or pretty close to it. So what I would recommend is I would click your image first, because then you know what you're recording when you're writing your text. And I am looking for this one right here. And then I'm going to record. First, I wax my board.
First, I wax my board.
So it will automatically play it back to you, so you can make sure that you said what you wanted to say. And I'm just going to add this. First, I wax my board. So then I have the words and also the audio to go with it. So I'm finished that. I'm going to go add a page. And if at any point I got confused on where I was, I can just go back. What was my last page? Okay, I was waxing my board. So now I go to my next page, and I'm going to add my photo again. And I'm going to do paddling out. So I'm going to record. Then I paddle out to the wave break.
Then I paddle out to the wave break.
So you don't need to add the text if you don't want to. You can decide if that's what you want to do or not. And then you're just going to continue on just like that. So I will just do one more page for you, and we'll have a picture of me trying to surf. Again, I am just learning. When the wave comes, I pop up on my board. Surfing is super fun. And I won't add the text.
When the wave comes, I pop up on my board. Surfing is super fun.
I won't add the text to that one, just so I can show you how to exit. So when you're finished all your pages, you're just going to click exit, and it's going to ask you if you want to save, which I'm going to highly recommend because you just did a lot of work. And then I can just show you what the story looks like. So you're going to have your stories will just collect underneath all these preset buttons, and you'll just click on your story, and then you just push play.
First, I wax my board. Then I paddle out to the wave break. When the wave comes, I pop up on my board. Surfing is super fun.
And that's all there is to it. As you can see, it will have a the end at the end. If you just click it again, it will take you back to where you started. You can play the story again, or you can go back and use something else. So that's a really easy way to make your own social stories. Good luck.